Hi, welcome to the London Buddhist Centre. My name is Jnanadaya and this is Qigong. So we'll be doing Qigong from now. Actually, I always do that, don't I? I always do that little move, I've noticed, until quarter to 12 that is, so 45 minutes if you're tuning in later. The focus today is going to be a little bit more on the immune system. I did an immune system workshop with Master Lam on Sunday, so I can share some of that with you today. So we'll do, broadly speaking, what we have been doing for the last couple of weeks, and then introduce a few more things from that workshop. Good. All right, so let's start with the usual warm-up. We'll do a slightly shorter warm-up today, but we'll do it nonetheless. So feet hip-width apart, knees slightly bent, and we just swing the arms. So we're swinging the arms just nice and easily. And the two main principles are not to have the hands come higher than the heart, particularly if you have high blood pressure, and also for them not to touch. So you want to keep the hands apart. So we'll just do this for 5 minutes. So we have been doing it for 10 minutes. So you can carry on doing it for 10 minutes when you do your own practice, if you do that. But today we'll just do 5 minutes, a slightly shorter warm-up, and then a little bit more Qigong. I'll come sideways on. And if you want to make it slightly more strenuous, just raise the toes on the upswing. Just raise the toes. And you can also raise the fingers a little bit as well. So do that for a little bit, or for the whole time, or not at all. It's up to you. It makes it slightly more strenuous. So, like a lot of things as well with Qigong, it takes time to habituate to them as well. So I'd like you to enjoy the practice. That's one of the main things, that you enjoy it. We don't want to introduce any more strain than we have already, or than you have or I have. So nice and relaxed. And as I've said before, you can do Qigong listening to music, or watching television, or talking to your friends. Or not your friends, talking to anybody, in fact. This allows the Qi to do what it needs to do, and we keep the mind occupied with something else. And with swinging the arms, we're just helping the blood flow more freely around the body, and also the Qi, just allowing the Qi to flow a bit more easily around the body. And it's just a nice thing to do as well. Nice, easy bit of exercise. So I might share a few tips from the workshop on the weekend, just in the course of the 45 minutes. One of my favourite things is the onion remedy, which I've done before, and one of my nieces called medieval, which I thought was quite funny, and my girlfriend thought was crazy. But it seemed to work. So more about that a bit later maybe. So just swinging the arms raising the toes if you want. So I might as well continue with the onion remedy since I've started. So what you do is you wash the onion, but not in water, so you wipe it clean, and then cut it in 3 parts. So you've got a centre part and 2 end bits. And the centre part you chop into little bits, and you can put that on a plate by your bed or in your living room. And the onions sort of purify I think there's something that's very good for the lungs. And then the 2 end bits you place on your feet, so just on the soles of your feet. So you can keep them. I keep them in place with a sock. So so I'll put a sock on to keep them in place. Go to bed and then sleep with the onions in my socks, drawing out whatever it draws out, with the rest of the onion by the bedside. And then in the morning, just make sure to throw away the onions that have been in your socks. Hopefully you'll be feeling a bit better. Anyway, it's quite smelly, but I quite like it. Okay, so let's come to a stop and shake a little bit, and then hands on hips. I'm just going to circle the hips. So nice wide circles with the hips, the head steady, so you don't want the head moving around too much. So we have been rotating the knees as well, but today we'll just do the hips. And we've been doing it 30 times, but apparently 36 is the number that my teacher, Master Lam, had been taught. So at least 36 times. So we'll do 36. Or around that, because I've already lost count. So we'll do about 36 one way and 36 the other. So we're just warming up the body before we do any Qigong. As I've said before, it's good to have a nice warm glass of water about 15 minutes before you do Qigong if possible, and then after Qigong as well. And not to have too many fizzy drinks, apparently. Well, that's not to do with Qigong, but that's sort of for one's health. Cold fizzy drinks are not great, whether that's beer or anything else. That might be a disappointment to some people. Let's do 5 more. And then go back the other way. So it's just quite a nice little loosening up of the hips. And just a reminder not to do anything that's going to aggravate an injury or that you feel uncomfortable with. Just work within the limits of your own physical body, your own body. Be sensible. If you need to sit down, sit down. If you need to stop, stop. Don't push the practice. This is quite a long practice. If you're new to Qigong, it's quite a lot to do 45 minutes. Normally 10 minutes is plenty enough, really. And then just build it up. So just pace yourself. Okay, do 5 more. Great. Okay, a little bit of shaking. And let's come into Wu Qi. So Wu Qi is the first position we generally go into. Again, feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent, and the arms come to the side. So the fingers are slightly spread, the arms are slightly sort of rounded, as if you've got a little balloon beneath the armpits, so a little space between the armpits. But by and large, just comfortable. You just want to be comfortable here. I'll come to the side. So just looking ahead. Generally we'll keep the eyes open in Qigong, but you can, if you want to, close them. Sometimes I'll close my eyes, but generally it's good to have them open. And the knees again, slightly bent. The pelvis not too far forwards, or the bum sticking out too much. You want to be somewhere in between, with a little kind of qua line around the kind of, I guess that's the pelvic area, I guess. So nice and relaxed. Just enjoying standing in Wu Qi. Wu Qi means something like emptiness, nothingness, similar to Shunyata in Buddhism, but a nothingness that's full of potential. So it's also translated as something like clear blue sky, infinite clear blue sky. And in Wu Qi we're working on all of the organs, so the positions that we do are relevant to particular organs. But Wu Qi works on all of the organs. So you're sort of looking ahead. Nice and relaxed. Breathing into any tension. Allowing the mind to do what it wills. And maybe feeling some energy, some tingling in the hands or the feet, arms or shoulders, or maybe not. We're just contacting the Qi, and the Qi flows more strongly around the body, working on any blockages. And just, well, the more freely the chi flows, the healthier we are, the better our immune system, the more balanced we are. So hopefully you're enjoying this. Maybe you're not, but hopefully you are. So this form is called Janjong, which means something like standing like a tree. So we're standing like a tree. So like a tree, we're connected to the earth and to the sky. There's a lot of things going on that you just can't see. Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll just do a different exercise to the ones we've done so far. We're going to bring the energy in. So on an in-breath, we're going to gather the energy and then just kind of let the arms sort of continue and then gather it again. So you sort of gather the energy, out-breath, gather the energy. We'll do it from the side. So we're just bringing the energy towards us. And you can do this in time with your own breathing. And normally we do it at least 36 times. So I find it hard to count and talk, but if you're doing it on your own, you want to do it at least 36 times. We'll just do it for a while. Yeah, so just in time with your own breathing. Just gathering up the energy, bringing it in. Let's do 5 more. Great, and then come to rest. So right hand just below the navel and the left hand on top. So the hands are on the lower dantian, the energy storehouse of the body. So it's a nice thing just to do from time to time during the day, just to rest your hands there. If you're sitting or lying down, standing. Great little shake. Good. And then feet hip widths apart again, and we're going to come into metal. So metal is, it's as if you're holding a large beach ball around about chest height. The fingers are slightly spread, shoulders relaxed. Again, feet hip widths apart, knees slightly bent. Pelvis not too far forward or too far back, somewhere in the middle. So I'm focusing on metal a lot because it's for the lungs, it's good at this time. It's a fundamental Qigong position. Quite often you could just start with doing metal for, just build that up, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, just doing metal. Do a warm-up, do metal, warm down. Thank you very much. That's Qigong for the day. But we won't do that today, we'll do a bit more than that. And again, it can be quite strong, so if you're finding it's too much after a while, just take a break, come back to the resting position with the hands on the belly, or sit down, have a sip of water. But if you can hold it and just test the edge of the pain a little bit, that can be good, because well, we'll work through that in time. So we need to kind of find the right balance between exertion and we're not overexerting. But I think it's good to be patient, practice regularly, little bit and regular, and slowly build up, and really try to enjoy it. So part of the enjoyment is in doing it, and part of the enjoyment is how I feel afterwards. So it's finding that balance. Anyway, so here we are in metal, the lung position. I can feel a bit of heat being generated. Tension in my shoulders, so just breathe into any tension, just breathe into it. And it's hard to know how, it's hard to get the timing right. I can't see how you're doing. So I'm just going to go on what I sense is good. So let's just keep it going for a bit longer. So right hand on the belly, left hand on top. Enjoying the rest. And just shaking out a little bit. Okay. I think what we'll do as well, so we've done the lungs, we'll also do earth, which is for the spleen. So lungs and spleen are both organs that need strengthening, or I guess just building up, particularly if you've not been well at this time. So we'll come into the earth position. So earth is hands facing down. Again, shoulders relaxed. Hands width apart, the hands at least a hand's width apart. I'll show you from the side. And just relaxing into this as much as we can. So I hope you're enjoying doing the Qigong. That you're finding it interesting, even if it's a bit, well, there's not much movement, and feeling some benefit from it as well. Yeah, and do take a break. If you need to take a break, do take a break. We'll give it just a little bit longer. Excuse me. Okay, and shaking out. Well done, that was a fair old time. And just shaking the shoulders and wrists. Good. Even make a noise. Ah. Ah. Good. Oh yeah. Let's do that. Let's just rotate the shoulders. So we can rotate the shoulders 18 times one way. And then 18 times the other way. Okay, great. Shaking out a little bit. And then we'll give our neck a little massage. So just generate a little bit of heat in the hands. And putting the palms on the lower neck and just circling the palms clockwise. So we're going to do this 18 times one way and 18 times the other, or roughly that, because I've lost count. And then going the other way. So it's the palms of the hands just rotating around the lower neck. Coming off. And then generating a bit more heat. And then just going a little bit higher up, so around the upper neck, again the palms of the hands, and just rotating them. And going the other way. Right, I'm just shaking out again. And then we'll just massage around the ears. So between the middle finger and the third finger, just going between the ears and just giving a little bit of a circle one way. And the other. Great. Good. Definitely feel better for that. I hope you do. And what we'll do next, we'll do kind of clearance from the throat outwards. So firstly, the right hand comes up over the throat and then come down the belly and away. Left hand. So we'll do that 36 times. So right hand, left hand. It's a bit hard to do with a caser and a wire, but still good. So we're just using the energy, I believe. So quite gently, really, just sweeping the hands from the throat over the dantians and away. Let's do 3 more. Good. And then we'll do, shake a little bit while I decide what we're going to do. Let's do this one. So we'll, if you put your right foot forward, I'm just going to swing the right arm. And then so you kind of swing forwards. That's better to do without a mat. So just going to swing and across. So you're going forwards, back, forwards, back. And you're also kind of going a little bit across. So don't worry too much if you don't get it absolutely right. It takes a while. But just enjoying just the rocking. So these are things that I learned on the weekend on this immunity workshop. So I hope you'll find them useful. Okay, let's go the other way. So left foot forward, and so the left arm comes across. So the left arm comes across, rocking forwards and backwards. I'll do it side on as well. So left arm. Now I'll get that right. Yeah. Okay, good. And then we can also do a little bit of just walking on the spot. So it's a bit more active or a bit more movement this week. So we're just sort of marching. And again, these things you just do 36 times at least anyway. And the main thing with this is that the arms come across the middle line. Good, okay. And let's finish off with just going back and doing a little bit of Jamjong. So they're just coming back into Wuchi. So it's been a slightly different session today. A bit more movement. And I'll be back on Thursday, and there'll be yoga again tomorrow and Friday. And every evening there's also meditation classes from 7 o'clock as well. Just got a reminder from our fundraiser, who's also behind the camera, to say that we do everything here on the principle of generosity. So we give what we can. We kind of try and operate on a non-exchange basis, but we also do need money to do what we do here, and we'd very much appreciate it if you could donate something to us. So there should be a link at the bottom of the video as to how you could donate if you'd like to. The best thing for us is if you could, if you're a regular user of the London Buddhist Centre or a supporter, if you could take out a standing order, but anything that you could give would be very much appreciated. And thank you to Amli Yodin for doing the tech. Okay, let's bring the practice to a close. So, on an in-breath, gathering up the chi, coming back over the upper dantian down to the lower dantian, gathering up to the left, having a pause, and then gathering to the right, and coming back over the upper dantian and back to the lower dantian. And then strumming the hands to the kidneys. We can do a little bounce. And then breathing in. Another little bounce. Just massaging the internal organs and breathing in again. Good. And then giving the hands a little rub. And the neck a massage. Fantastic. Have a good day and hopefully see you again soon.